Alright everyone, what's up? Fragrance Matt and welcome to this video. In this video I'm going to be talking about, of course, a fragrance. I've really taken a strong liking to this fragrance. It's a fragrance that I really wish I had discovered earlier. It's a fragrance that just blows me away every time I wear it. It's high quality. Of course, it's an older fragrance, came out in '94. To me, this is just beautiful. And the fragrance that I'm talking about is called Statement. Now, Statement is a strong name, right? I mean, if you're going to call a fragrance Statement, then it has to have something to offer. Yeah. This is my review for it, so I do hope that you guys enjoy. Stay tuned. Welcome back everyone, thank you for staying tuned. We're going to be talking about Statement. What else can I tell you about it? Well, after seeing so many great reviews on Fragrantica and Base Notes, I just had to get a bottle for this. I remember I discovered this about 2 years ago, so it was a good 2 years, well, year and a half really, until I actually got my hands on this actual fragrance itself. And for all those years of not actually buying a bottle, I really wish I had, because this is now discontinued, and it hasn't been discontinued for very long. I actually remember at the beginning of the year, bottles of this were going for about £20 UK, which is just great price, £20, right? I mean, you can get some great fragrances for that price. So after really doing some more research on the fragrance, the notes, not just that, but finding its availability, I realized that it was actually discontinued. The company were going to discontinue it. So I thought, right, I'm going to get a bottle. It's been on my wish list. I might as well check it out. And I really wish I checked this out sooner. I really do. This is one of my favorite leather fragrances that I've discovered. I mean, there's some great leather scents out there, don't get me wrong, especially nowadays. Fragrances are evolving, but this fragrance from 1994 has just an absolutely beautiful leather note in it, which every time I smell it, every time I wear it, the leather really comes through, and it's just simply divine. So, as you guys can tell from what I'm saying, we are going to be talking about a leather fragrance here, but it's not just leather. It's also a very different fragrance as well. Of course, we will talk about that. So what I'm going to do is show you guys the bottle design real quick. I actually like the bottle design for this. I mean, don't get me wrong, the plastic has a chrome finish. It is plastic, but everything else on the bottle is really high quality. The glass is absolutely solid. We get Statement in the middle there, Eau de Toilette, and we get Etienne Aigner along the bottom there. So it's a really nice bottle. I really like the bottle of I really like the color of the juice as well. It's very Boss number one-ish, or maybe even Aramis, that kind of color, that piss color, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I just love it. I love fragrances that have that color, so very classic. But looking at the bottle itself, very simplistic. There's not really a lot going on with it. The spray for this is just excellent. It's really good. Check this out. Perfect. It's absolutely perfect in terms of the distribution, the amount it gives you. As you guys can see, I've used about 10% of this fragrance already. So basically, Etienne Aigner are a luxurious accessories house that are stationed in Munich, Germany. And they were founded by, of course, Etienne Aigner in 1949. And the brand is known around the world for its quality and craftsmanship in handbags. So not just handbags, but also wallets and other accessories. But it's known for its signature dark red leather that echoes the color of fine Chianti, which is just that they're known really well for that. So if you guys have ever heard of this company, you'll know that, of course, they do make fragrances. It's not a very well-known company, really. I mean, they're certainly not as big as a company like Givenchy or Davidoff. They're not even as popular as a company like that. This is a company that are basically very popular in Europe. I think Germany, to be precise, but not just Germany, but also Spain as well, I believe. This bottle I have here is actually made in Spain, and it says on the bottom here, AA Cosmetics Distributions, bunch of letters, and it has a address which looks like it's linked to Germany. So yeah, and this is of course a 4.2 fluid ounce. So yeah, they're not really known for. They're just not known. They're not a well-known company, but they've released some amazing fragrances over the years. You can still get some of their really great fragrances. A lot of them are from yesteryear, but they still do make some really good fragrances as far as I'm aware. I mean, I remember I got my nose on a fragrance called Evolution from Etienne Aigner years ago, and I wasn't a fan of it. I thought it was a bit too simple to me, and it wasn't appealing. So I thought, you know what, it's not really worth getting it. Now that was in an airport at the time. I was in Heathrow, and they actually sold a few Etienne Aigner fragrances there. So yeah, and that was one of the ones that I got my nose on. They didn't have this one, however, but for some reason this was just one of the fragrances that really caught my eye, and the way the notes are, the way people said some great things about it. So let's get into the accords now for Statement by Etienne Aigner. So the main accords are fresh, spicy, aromatic. I love my aromatic scents, of course. Citrus, leather, fruity, amber, lavender, green, animalic, and woody. So those are all of the accords there. I'm not gonna go and talk about everything in great detail, because it does get a little bit boring. So I'm just going to tell you guys simply how the fragrance smells. I will put the notes on the screen, but I'll just put them up the screen rather than leaving them on the screen. So we'll go through the notes. We will go through the notes. So we have lavender, bergamot, geranium, green notes, lemon, and neroli in the top. So, we have some nice notes in the opening there. Very typical of an aromatic, to be fair, as well. In the middle, we get fruity notes, nutmeg, coriander, and lily of the valley. Again, beautiful notes there. And in the base, we get leather, musk, amber, oak moss, styrax, and cedar. Now, when you first spray this fragrance, you're greeted with lavender at first, but there's some citrus element going on there with the help of the lemon, neroli, and that bergamot. Mostly the bergamot. It's a sharp citrusy smell in the opening with that lavender, keeping green at the same time. And I think the green notes, whatever that is supposed to be on Fragrantica, I don't know, but it does have a green opening to it. But at the same time, there is this fruity aspect to the fragrance. I'm actually getting that fruity note accord, which Fragrantica has listed there. Whatever fruity notes are supposed to mean, I don't know. I mean, nowadays when we come across fruity notes, I'm quoting that there, when we come across that nowadays, sometimes they can go in so many directions, but we come across this bubblegum DNA nowadays, which fruit notes do give off. I mean, I don't know what kind of fruits are being added into this fruity note accord here, but yeah, with this, it's not a sweet bubblegum smell at all. This has a sophisticated flair to it. It's a little bit citrusy, but there is a bit of a fruitiness going on behind it. And I think, if I had to guess what kind of fruits I was getting, maybe an orange, in all fairness. There isn't really anything else going on with any other type of fruit in this fragrance, but we get a lot of nutmeg, a lot of coriander, which really does keep this fragrance a soft, spicy scent, if anything. And the dry down really just consists of leather and lots of leather. The leather actually shows itself really early on, when you first spray the fragrance. I think mainly after 5-10 minutes of it being on your skin, you do get that leather note, and it's really, really, really lovely. I'm not going to say it's like a Tom Ford Tuscan leather. I'm not going to say it's like any other leather fragrance from any niche brand. To me, this smells like a typical 90s fougere at the same time, the way it smells. I mean, a few fragrances do come to mind when I smell this. For example, Boss Elements in the brown bottle, which some of you might remember. I remember it from my childhood. It really stands out. And another one would be a one from Adidas, actually, a one called Active Bodies. That one is also very similar to this, but just ever so slightly. This one, if anything, this is a very strong scent. It lasts a long time, and it's quite potent on my skin even right now. And the smell of it is just so pleasant. It's sophisticated. It's quite a gentlemanly type of blend, but at the same time, it's a very warm, cozy, relaxing type of scent. I think fall is the perfect time for this. I really do. I think it just covers all the right boxes when it comes to a perfect fall fragrance. I mean, it is citrusy up top, but it's warm. It's spicy also. So yeah, it's a very, very good fragrance from first spray all the way to the end. I get about 7 to 8 hours out of this, which is fantastic. Again, for an eau de toilette fragrance, designer scent is just absolutely remarkable, really. I mean, you know, there's still some great fragrances that are inexpensive these days, which do last a good 8 to 9 hours on your skin. And there's so many out there. I'm not just going to mention any, but this one definitely falls under that. And it's a real shame that this is discontinued now. I actually can't believe that the company have decided to discontinue this, because I think this was probably the closest fragrance to Hugo Boss Elements. And I think that came out in the mid-90s also, so yeah. I remember smelling Elements way back years ago, but I remember how it smells, and when I smell this, I do get Elements. Of course, it's been a long time since I've smelled it, but it really just reminds me very much of smelling that fragrance. It's just a great scent, a really, really great scent. I wouldn't turn this fragrance away from anyone, really. I would highly recommend you guys check this one out. It's really a fragrance based around some beautiful lavender, which is on the powdery side, by the way, but if you're into that, then this is just great for you. It really is. So like I said, gorgeous lavender. There's some nice citruses in the top. Nice fruity note accord, which I personally get like an orange smell. Nutmeg, coriander is beautiful in this. And really the fragrance is just about the leather. And there is an amber scent in the dry down as well. And I think with the help of the Styrax also just really creates this balsamic dry down. But really what it's about is the leather. It's all about the leather in the dry down. If you guys are into leather, this is one of the fragrances that you need to check out. It's not a one to be ignored. You might still be able to find this in certain parts of the world. I'm really grateful to have bought this brand new, especially the fact that it's discontinued. I paid a little bit more than what it used to be. Even just the beginning of this year, it used to be £20. I paid a little bit more for this. I'm not going to mention how much, but yeah. Really is an amazing fragrance. I think the amount of money that I paid for this has been worth it. It's great quality, and I would highly recommend that you guys check this one out. It's Aigner's Statement. Then I would highly recommend you do, because it's awesome juice. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this episode. It's been a few days again since I uploaded. I've been having a few breaks, letting my mind adjust to, you know, not making every single review that I do the same. You know what I mean? I try to act differently and whatnot, but I'm just giving you guys a real review right now. I'm feeling good that I've done it. Really great that I brought you guys a review for this, because this has been a fragrance that I've wanted to review for a long time. I mean, for the last 6 months. So finally glad to add it to my series, and I'm really glad to finally get it uploaded to YouTube for you guys to check out. Thank you so much for watching this video. It means a hell of a lot. Really does. The next few videos I'm going to be doing are going to be really interesting. That's all I'm going to say. Look forward to them, guys, and I look forward to you guys checking them out and whatnot. So yeah, thanks guys. I'll see you all in the next video, and if you guys have enjoyed this video, do let me know in the comments, and if you guys have any questions, I'll get back to you. Thanks guys. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye now.